What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Breakfast Club. For those of you that are new to the channel, The Breakfast Club is a series on my channel in which I superset between full day of eating vlogs, workouts, all types of fitness content, and then mini Q&As where people will leave questions in the comment section down below or DM to me on Instagram at Joseph_Garcia17. And I go ahead and answer the questions while eating breakfast. You can be eating breakfast as well. We've been known to have some wacky things on The Breakfast Club. Some cheesecake, some cookies, some French toast pancakes, grilled cheese. On the last Breakfast Club episode, I went ahead and actually made French toast. This time I'm gonna be making something a little bit different, and that is a wrap. Now I'll be honest, wrapping it up isn't usually my first inclination when it comes to certain things. However, today that's exactly what we'll be doing. So a couple grades as far as what you will need, or at least what I am using for our overall wraps. You can obviously choose the wrap that you like. I personally prefer the Joseph Lavish Bread wrap or the Mission Carb Balanced Tortillas. These are awesome. These have 15 grams of fiber per serving. So for today, I'm gonna be using these guys. Next is your source of vegetables. I recommend always as the base of the wrap is some romaine lettuce. We have some baby spinach, and then I love me some shrooms. So we have these as well. Also, of course, we need our protein. So for me, I am using some chicken. I've used ground beef in the past. I've used egg whites to make like a breakfast wrap style. Use a protein source that you want. Also, last but not least is the sauce. I love to get lost in the sauce personally. I love this combination when using chicken. This is a Greek yogurt dressing, 45 calories per serving, and each serving is 30 grams. I also love me some G. Hughes, most prominent male figure in my life right now. This guy is 10 calories per 30 grams. So low calorie sauces where it's at. Make sure you get the sugar-free sauces or the Greek yogurt ranch. Do not get the full fat version or the full sugar version. You're gonna be wasting a lot of calories on sauces. Let's go ahead and get started doing what I don't do often, and that is wrapping it up. So first things first, obviously we need our tortilla. We're gonna put that down on a plate. So building a wrap is very much like building a house. You need the foundation first. So we have our tortilla. I then like to lay a foundation of romaine lettuce. Personally, I use around just, I don't know, that much. It's super low calorie. I honestly, when I'm on prep and when making wraps, I don't really count the romaine lettuce. I mean, it's so low calorie. I just gotta pull a couple leaves off the actual heart of the romaine lettuce and use that as my actual base. Next things next, I'm gonna go in with some chicken. Usually I use anywhere between like 3 and 4 ounces per wrap on my actual chicken. Right now, it's the off season. I'm not counting or measuring this. I'm just kind of putting this on the actual wrap. Once you have that going, I personally like to throw this in the microwave for around 20 seconds, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, once you microwaved it for a little bit, go ahead and then add the rest of the ingredients on there. I like to add then next my sauce first, then the rest of the ingredients. I'm just gonna go with a little bit of G. Hughes, relatively half to a whole serving, as well as some Greek yogurt ranch, again, half to a whole serving, so 15 to 30 grams of both of those sauces there. And then last but not least is the actual amount of vegetables, so I just go in with a handful of spinach. I was on prep, I was actually counting and measuring the spinach. Right now, I'm actually not, because it's off season. There's no need to. I'm just eating low calorie dense foods all day, estimating my calories between 3,000 to 3,500. If you have a desired goal and you need to get down to a certain level of body fat or a certain weight and you need to measure your stuff, measure your stuff. And same thing with my shrooms. Gonna go ahead and just top that off right there. I'm gonna throw this back in the microwave for roughly another 30 seconds or so. And bada bing, bada boom, it's all done, ready to go. A little caliente, I'm not gonna lie. Gonna go ahead and let this cool, and we'll go ahead and answer some questions. Of course, we're having some zero sugar mango Pepsi, baby. I'm going to eat one of these wraps right here. Usually when I was on prep, these wraps would come out to an estimated calories for at least the Mission style tortillas, roughly between 200 and 300 calories, depending on what toppings I put on, for 2 wraps. If I use the Joseph Lavash bread, it would basically be the same calories for 1 lavash bread, because the lavash wrap is a little bit bigger, right? Now I do love me some wraps though. It's a really good way to get in some vegetables. If it wasn't for these guys, I would have a much harder time getting in my veggies besides just having a salad. What I also love about these right here too is that you can really customize them however you want to. You put cheese on it, you put different sauces, you put different proteins, different vegetables, whatever your heart desires. We have a little bit of a last bite, best bite situation going on right here with this wrap. Now, if you guys know me, you guys know that I love me some zero sugar mango Pepsi. However, cherry for me is also a close second as well. I like to superset those between my meals. Which team are you, team cherry or team mango? Personally, mango has my heart. Okay, so this question comes from Andy Madison. Do you know how Maingaining actually works? If you're lean and not in a surplus, then where does the energy to build new muscle come from? Is it pulled from your already low fat stores, or do you get even leaner? Maingaining means your body weight doesn't change, right? If you're adding new muscle, then you have to be losing weight somewhere else. Is that how it works? Now, this is a very good question because Maingaining has been stumping the internet and has been creating a movement recently amongst individuals. Really, this has to do a lot with Greg Doucette and his philosophy when it comes to Maingaining, building muscle and breaking down fat slowly over time in the healthiest way possible. I'm gonna link a video in the description down below where Greg really breaks down Maingaining and how the whole process works, really from his point of view. But to give you a summary to answer the question, this is how the Maingaining process actually works. Greg Doucette describes it best, that if you have a house that you want to build the garage up but then tear another part of the house down to maybe create more space for a backyard, whatever the case is, the garage up represents you building muscle, right? You can simultaneously both build your muscle and at the same time decrease your body fat, which in terms makes sense. However, whether you should bulk, maingain, or cut really depends on the overall individual. To really give an example of this, we're gonna use 3 individuals. One of them is overweight, obese, has a lot of fat. Another one is not necessarily overweight or obese, but not crazy shredded either. The last one is extremely lean, shredded, let's say single-digit body fat. The one that is overweight or obese, has a lot of body fat, should they maingain, bulk, or cut? Well, the answer is definitely not bulk. The bulk is done. They already have plenty of fat. So what they should do is basically start losing weight, start cutting down some body fat. When you have an excess amount of body fat, like a lot of fat, you can simultaneously both build muscle and lose fat. To build muscle, all you need is water, protein, and energy. Well, you already have enough stored energy. That's really what body fat is. It's stored energy from a surplus of calories. So you can simultaneously both lose fat and build muscle. Then when you get down to the ideal level of body fat percentage that is comfortable and healthy for that individual specifically, I'm not gonna say a number because it's not number specific. Each person is so different as far as like how low in fat they can hold while still having energy and able to build muscle over time. Once they get down to that level of body fat percentage, then they can maingain from there. They cut their calories, put themselves into a deficit, get down to their ideal level of leanness where they're healthy and can maintain, slowly raise their calories and maingain from there where they can eat around maintenance, stay the same weight, and then from there over time build muscle and continue to stay lean. We have person number 2, really fat, not really shredded, relatively lean. This person is in a healthy body fat percentage already. They can actually start maingaining. They can eat at maintenance, simultaneously build muscle slowly over time and decrease body fat. Pretty simple as far as that goes. And last but not least is the person that is shredded, single digit body fat. This person would actually look to want to quote unquote bulk or lean bulk. They would basically want to put themselves into a slight surplus, gain weight and gain fat slowly over time to a level that's comfortable, and then from there slightly lower their calories and maingain, building muscle and breaking down fat over time. Now, when you finally get to this maingaining approach, right, there are 2 different things that you can do. You can stay in the same range of weight, slowly build muscle and slowly decrease fat over time. You can maingain that way, that's like body recomposition, or you can maintain the same body fat percentage while adding more lean muscle tissue. This would mean that you would actually slowly increase in weight over time as well. If a person is 170 pounds at 10% body fat, they can only carry so much lean muscle tissue because of their composition. But now if they're 10% body fat at 180 pounds, well, that means they have more lean muscle tissue. Do they have more fat on their body? Yes, because it's a percentage of the overall weight. But the key for them is that they added weight slowly over time and really limited how much fat they actually put on their frame. And that's really the whole point of maingaining, is not to do anything crazy extreme like get fat and then cut, or then cut down super shredded and then try and bulk. No yo-yo dieting. If you maingain by either staying the same percent body fat and gaining lean muscle over time, or staying in a certain range of weight, maintaining your weight and slowly building muscle and breaking down fat over time, you can do either or. The biggest takeaway that I think Greg preaches and that I preach as well is to not go through these crazy unhealthy extremes of yo-yo dieting, bulking and then cutting. Greg posted a meme, it's actually a really good one, saying that you don't ever have to cut if you never bulked to begin with, which I think is actually very true. Why not look good all the time? Why not look good and be healthy year round? I personally love this approach. It's an approach that I've done over the last year, thoroughly enjoyed it, made it a lot easier to cut, and I think was a much smoother process, especially for cutting for my show, because I was already relatively lean. I didn't have to kill myself to get down to extreme levels of body fat, I was able to slowly cut into my show, not going through the extremes of bulking and cutting. For me personally, I can maintain 10 to 12% body fat very, very easily year round, slowly add on muscle, slowly add on strength gains, healthy at that level of body fat percentage. For other people, they might be healthier and feel good. What I feel at 10%, for them it might be 15%. Every person is so different. But my personal recommendation when it comes to Maingaining is to be in the healthiest body fat percentage for you. Could be 10, could be 15, could be 17%. Add on lean muscle, have plenty of energy, and get stronger over time. Hey Madison, I hope this answered your question in some way, shape, or form, give you a little more clarification when it comes to Maingaining. The overall point that I want to drive home is to not live in these crazy extremes of bulking and then cutting and going through this yo-yo dieting. Maingaining is a long-term healthier approach to maintaining a very healthy body composition. Wrapping the video up here, I know in my previous video I said I would make French toast pancakes. That will be in the next Breakfast Club episode. Make sure to leave a question down below or DM them to me on Instagram at Joseph_Garcia17. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. It's been your boy Joe. Peace.